Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Today we're doing some diff tuning on the Hobao Hyper MTX. Alright, so if you guys watched my review video, to me the way I like my Monster, I like it to be able to wheelie and carry a little weight. It also helps, you know, when you're jumping for air control, to be able to kind of snap it around. It all depends on your preference of driving. To me, I want it just a little bit better. Now the factory specs are 7,000 in this center diff. Now it didn't have a whole lot of fluid in it. It was actually quite dry, so that could be one problem. So I could put 7,000 in here, fill it up, and see if that's going to carry it more. I don't know. So what I am going to do is I'm going to put 20,000 in here, which is still a lightweight oil, considering something like the 4S Creighton uses like 500. This thing actually, it picked up the front wheels on 7,000, which is really amazing. So I think 20,000, the way this is designed, maybe, I don't know, it should work. Now this does use like a gear reduction unit, and I tell you, the more I get into this truck, wow, the stuff that they do. Look, all the bearings are captured here. If you look at this, see, they all have these C-clips here. So we have this gear reduction, whatever kind of unit, whatever you want to call it. Look at the CNC machined aluminum. So basically, to get the center diff out, it's right here. Let me cam back out. It's right here. So there's 4 bolts, 8 bolts, 4 on each side, and then you kind of wiggle this out. You take your dog bones out, which these are very solid fit. I mean, huge. So, and then this whole thing just pops out. You take 2 screws out, and then this plate comes off, and then you have 4 screws, and boom, your case opens up. This is one of the easiest center diffs I have ever worked on, ever. Very nice. Look at the nice machined aluminum on this. So now, if you don't know how a center diff works and what the purpose of even a differential, so you have the differential in the front, you have one in the rear, and basically it allows your whatever. It's just say this is your left tire, your right tire, or the front or the rear. It allows the two to spin at different speeds. So, like here, the motor is spinning this entire assembly, right? Now, if you look here, there's nothing solid connecting that. There's nothing solid over here connecting this. What connects these two, what makes this spin, or actually, well, you do have your gears in here. So let me correct that. You will have your like little gears in here, which will spin, help connect everything. You do have your little gears in here. Let's see if we can focus in on this. See, so you do have your gears in there, but the fluid is what dictates how fast these things are allowed to separate from each other and spin differently. So the purpose of like the center diff is to split the power between the front wheels and the rear wheels. So this is important. Like if you're jumping and you got a lot of wheel speed and you hit the ground, maybe the front tires hit, and you know they're going to come to a sudden stop because they hit the ground, and now they have traction, these don't. So what'll happen is this should stop and this should spin, and basically what that does is it keeps it from breaking your gear here, breaking your pinion gear, breaking dog bones, your axles and stuff like that, by allowing that slippage to happen. It's also, you know, for tuning stuff, for if you're racing, you don't want the front end to come up, you want to make this a little thin. It's all just for tuning. Maybe you want more power to the front, more for the rear, whatever it is. A lot of bashers really don't want this to spin at all. They'll put really, really thick fluid in here, so as soon as they touch the gas, it's very responsive. So it's a way of tuning how the car responds. Now, for me, I don't want it to sit there with the front end up all the time, but I do want it to be able to carry a wheelie for a little bit. So I'm going to try an intermediate fluid here. And then we're going to go take it out for a little run and see how it works. So worst case, I can always come back and drain a little bit of this fluid and put something thicker in there and kind of like make it a mix of stuff if need be. So that is what we are going to do, and we're going to make sure this thing is properly filled too. So generally you want the fluid kind of, and I know this is kind of up for debate, but you have the two cross pins here inside of here. Generally you want the fluid just to the top of that upper pin. I generally run it just a little bit higher than that. But by thickening the fluid up, we should be able to get the desired running that I want, to where it's gonna be pulling those wheelies really easily. But like I said, I'm not gonna run it so thick that I can't keep the front end down. I want to be able to drive it and be able to give it power and it not do everything but wheelie. So you know, it's one of those little games, or I'm not gonna say games. One of those things you do. It's tuning. It's tuning. It's making it your vehicle. I said I'm not gonna make this like a whole tutorial on how to do diffs. I just kind of wanted to explain what I was doing here and take an opportunity, because I know we got a lot of people tuning in that are new to the hobby and don't quite understand, you know, the purpose of doing certain things. And you'll hear terms out there like earplugs. A lot of people, I say a lot, there's some channels that swear by earplugging these things. To me, I think that's a little harsh. You're kind of doing away with any of the protection that you have. So like I said, so maybe you're taking off and you know, your front tires are in something really grippy, the back ones are something soft. This allows the power to be transferred, but you know, like I said, really more importantly, when you're out there and you're jumping and you come down a lot of wheel speed, you know, and you hit and you kind of stop those tires, this allows to spread that power evenly. So we got our little gasket here. Like I said, I'm not gonna make this whole big tutorial. I'm just kind of showing you how these things go. So now I'm gonna have to get the Loctite and we're gonna get this thing together, and we'll see you outside and see how 20K reacts with this, if it's how I design. Like I said, everybody has their own way that they want an RC to work. So if you like the way it works after you see it, then you know how 20K works, and maybe you want to replicate what I do. Maybe you want thicker. You know, I don't know. So this is just for my preference of how I like it to drive. So I'm gonna get this thing bolted together and I'll see you outside. Wow, is it windy? So I got my my camera with it's all wrapped up tighter than a 16-year-old with the Jimmy hat for the first time. Oh man, so hopefully this is gonna work. I don't know, feeling this thing, I think 20,000, I don't think it's gonna work. I almost feel like it's thinner than what came out of here. They said 7, so 20 should, I don't know. I have a feeling I'm gonna be revisiting this, and if I do, I'm gonna put 500. I'm gonna really jump it up. But let's see. Let's see. Oh, okay. Well, it rode the wheelie a lot longer, but it's still ballooning the piss out of the front tires. Let's see. Oh, no. Oh. Well, we didn't have that problem before. So it definitely making it stronger, but so yeah, I mean 20,000. Well, maybe 500 is going to be way too thick. So I'm barely even giving it gas too. Yeah, I kind of want. Yeah, it's still really ballooning those front tires. Oh man, I don't know. You know, it's one of those live and learn things. You figure at 7,000 it was already wheeling. It did wheelies. So to go from 7,000 to 500 just seemed a bit extreme. But you know, something like the I said, the little lightweight 4S Creighton, it has 500 in it. Something like my Traxxas has like 1,000,000. Oh no! Did we lose body pins? I did. Oh, okay, so it backflipped here on the road. But where? Where? Well, I guess that is something I will be installing on this vehicle next, or some tethers. I bought a whole bag of them from Arma. It was like, I forget how many in there. But yeah, it looks like I'll have to put some tethers on here, because freaking, this is the dumbest design. Why does anybody put body pins going that way? Put them sideways. You still lose them sideways, but at least it's not as often. There, I see it glimmering. I see one. So maybe number 2 isn't too far behind, you would think. Unless it was still hanging on there loosely and... See, look, I push these things like beyond here, because they're in here kind of... See, I push it like to that second. Make it harder, but... my guess, the other one probably didn't fall out all the way, and then riding through the grass it vibrated and fell out, or somewhere. So I'll put some tethers in here. Yeah, look at how bad those front tires balloon. We need to we'll fix that. Still awesome. Still an awesome RC. It's definitely carrying that front end a bit more, but it's putting too much power to the front there. That's why those tires are, because even right here running, that's not even very fast at all, and it's really just ballooning those tires up. Wow. Oh man, oh, back to the drawing board. Well, it'll give me a reason to come back out here and run the car again. Well, let's check. All the body pins are here. Yeah. See, they didn't move. Oh well, you know, that's why I said this is, you know, just a... I'd rather do it this way, it just be too thin and then too thick, and I don't know, it'd just be undrivable. I'll tell you what, man, I am really impressed with this the Hobao something. Oh, I forget how I even said it the last time. Hobao and oh yeah. Oh man, this thing. This is how smooth that landing was. You know, it's funny, like I just did this video here talking about tuning diffs, and I get people, I swear, they just, I don't get why when somebody watches, I don't want to complain, but I had a guy just comment on one of my other videos, tell me shock tuning is easy, watch a video. I'm like, dude, you just watched me post a video on YouTube. You don't think I have videos on this stuff? You don't think I know how to do this stuff? Like, here I am just making a video on tuning diffs. And you're telling me, like, I should watch videos on tuning shocks. Oh boy. Oh man. Whoa! Oh boy. Let's keep it right there. Let's keep it right there. It slid there for a minute. Let's check. Body pin check. Got one on the rear. Two in the... Whoa, look at that. We got all the body pins. This is sitting a little high though. Man. All right. Man, I do like this truck. This thing is... See, if I get that center diff tuned a little better, I'll have a little better air control right there. Because I was like full throttle trying to get that thing to, like that, to bring that front end up. Okay, so if you watched the my first video, the first run video, you remember it would wheelie and just come down. See, this is what I thought the diff fluids. The thicker it is, the more bite it's gonna have. Look at how solid this thing is. Whew. The more bite it's gonna have to do that. And you can tell, like right there, it's sending more power to the front. That's why the front tires are ballooning so much. They're getting all the power. So the thicker you get it, the more it's going to transfer that power to the rear. This is what we're trying to tune for. I mean, yeah, I want the wheelie, but I also don't want this tires ballooning, because inevitably, if you keep doing that, that's how you end up blowing the tires off the wheels, and you end up having to re-glue stuff. So I'm gonna... Well, guys, I guess I'm gonna go home and think about this. I think I'm just gonna go 500. I think 500 is gonna be... It works good for the 4S, and this thing's 6. I think, what does the sledge use, like 1 million? I think that's what Trax has put in. It's like 1 million weight. So I'll say, I think, you know, 500 might be the next, which is a huge jump from 20K or even 7. But I think we're kind of on the right, I mean, we're on the right track. I mean, it's doing some standing backflips now. It still won't quite carry the wheelie because I'm losing all that power to the front, but oh man, this is a great RC. All right, everyone, I said I'm gonna go back home. We're gonna tune this up. I'm gonna go 500K. So make sure you subscribe, hit that like button. Let me know you like watching the Hyper MTX, the Hobao. That's how I said it, Hobao. Once I start thinking of Hobao, I forget Hobao. I don't know. So let me know, what do you think? Number 1, Hobao. Number 2, Hobao. Which one do you think it is? I don't want to be missaying it, but I've heard it both ways. But man, let me know what you think. Don't forget, like I said, subscribe, join us back. We'll get this, I'm gonna put 500K in here and then see if the diff isn't tuned to the way I want to drive it. You know, this is all driver preference. You know, some people might be happy with the way it's doing here, but to me it's just a little too much pizza cutter action out of the front tires. Because even there, where I'm not doing a wheelie, we're just accelerating, those tires are just expanding. Plus, if you get more power to the rear end when you see, like here where I'm trying to turn, See like how far it's taking, because the front end's carrying it. If I can get a little bit more power to the rear end, it'll help. Ooh, it'll help snap that rear end around. Kind of had that problem when I had the max slash. That center diff was really dry. It wasn't sending power to that rear end, so it was like oversteering a lot. All right, we got all the body pins. But man, as soon as I got that diff filled properly, I didn't change the weight of the fluid, I just filled it. Man, it made a world of difference in the handling of it. All right, everyone. Wait a minute, what's that shiny thing down there? What is that? What is that shiny thing? What is this? No freaking way. Huh. Actually, I don't think that's for this. I think this is from... What was the last one I had out here? The Red Cat. Yeah, because look, this is way too small. I found the pin to the Red Cat. Freaking awesome. Now see, I remember the Red Cat flipped right next to this tree. This tree here, that's where I was looking. But it was way down here. I'll tell you, the sun is at a perfect angle right now for finding these body pins. They're shimmering. Well, man. Well, I lost one, found another. But dude, beautiful truck. I like it. We're gonna get this thing tuned in. But man, dude, I'm really blown away at this Hobao. I love the metal chassis. I love how stout everything just feels, the way it's built, the looks of it. I'm really happy with this thing. Man, I was looking for an excuse to go to Wales and have a throwdown with Chris there. Man, you told me to buy this thing. Maybe I should still go down there, because he got me spending my dang money now. Now I got two Hobaos. All right, everyone. Appreciate the support. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and watch me get this RC tuned. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I just signed off. Look, no freaking way. Oh, beautiful day. Oh my God, I found it. I found it. Wow, awesome day. All right, everyone, see you on the next one.